welcome back to another Let's Review with Elvy. I don't know why I'm shouting, I don't know why I'm this excited, but let's go. I'm just testing out this show and I'm shooting all the episodes on the same day. I don't know if that's a good idea, I don't know if that's something that I recommend, but let's see how it goes, right? So by this, you see the first episode. It's where I review Mr. Clark book. I mean, I'm a fan of Mr. Clark. Now I'm here to review my first Jamaican author. The next week episode is another Jamaican author. I don't know why I'm giving away the details, but I just like to share. So let's go. But before we get into today's video, I just want you to know that this episode is also sponsored by DG Makes Math Easy. DG, Taneisha Gordon over there. Taneisha Gordon, our favorite math teacher. You've seen her on Paint and Spill, you've seen her on Sunny Sundays, and you've also seen her on Sink a Swimmer with the Captain. And those are shows that you should check out while you're here on my channel. Also, like I was saying, Miss Gordon's channel, they're having live math classes every Saturday night. You're watching this Thursday, so you know you have 2 days to go over there, watch some videos, subscribe, like, share. Awesome. So that's DG Makes Math Easy. I should get her on Let's Review with Elvy. I wonder if she would do Let's Review with Elvy, because she did all the other shows. Miss Gordon, are you coming over to Let's Review with Elvy? Alright, now let's get cozy. This is my cozy. Don't treat a book like that. I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. Don't treat the books. So this show is for it's a relaxed show. Like, I try to be professional on Sing Swimmer with the Captain. I try to be encouraging on Sunday Sundays with Elvy, and I try to showcase other persons on Paint and Spill. So when you go over here to Let's Review with Elvy, it's cozy, relaxing. Okay, let's get into it. Today, our book. Listen, look at my outfit. I don't know if you can see this fit. I don't know what you're seeing. Yes, my pants. I don't know what you're seeing. So what I did was I tried to dress like the main character of this book, right? So in this, the title of our story, I'm not reading, I'm reviewing the book. The title of this book is The Biggest Surprise. Jadon on the talking train, and you wonder, what could the biggest surprise be with a train and a talking train? I'm gonna get into that in the book. So let me tell you about this book. I love just seeing it. I love the colors. I love the illustration, and it's illustrated by, I'm so tell the author, but it's illustrated by Samir Kassar. I'm not sure if I got the name correct, but it's Samir Kassar. So, alright, let's get into the book review. Alright, this book is the target audience is children, but adults can read it to their children. Like, it's a perfect bedtime story. I have some notes. Let me confront my notes before I go off on a tangent, because you know that I will. So it's the title of the book is Jadon and the Talking Train. No, The Biggest Surprise, Jadon and the Talking Train. The author is Taneisha Pascoe-Mathews. Taneisha Pascoe-Mathews. Illustrated by Samir Kassar, and it was published in 2020. Let me give you some background on the author now. So Mrs. Mathews is a Jamaican living in England in England. Mrs. Mathews is a Jamaican living in England, and she, with her husband and 2 sons, she's a teacher, an author, a producer of the podcast called Spotlight on Autism, Mrs. Mathews is dedicated to building awareness on autism because both her sons are autistic. She's passionate, hardworking, driven, and multifaceted. Now, listen, she didn't. This is just my observation, and I've never met her. And we talk about this on Sings to Marry the Captain. You can check it out episode on networking. I think the episode that came out this week, networking. I love people who are doing extraordinary things, and Mrs. Mathews, she has the podcast, she has the she's a teacher, the amount of thing that she's doing. I'm asking her if she not mentor nobody. I'd love to be mentored by her with the amount of things that she's doing. So that's about her. Let's talk about the book now. Let's talk about the book. And I have notes, so I have to. The only book I didn't have any notes for was the book that I love the most. I apologize. The book, The Biggest Surprise, Jadon on the Talking Train, focuses on Jadon Mathews. Mrs. Mathews' older son is autistic but not defined by the diagnosis. This story recounts Jadon's love for trains and how special, I can't read my own writing, how special the train was. So the Jadon was non-verbal for a very long time, and but he was very in love with trains, and they took him to. He wanted this new train, and they got the train, and the train aided his progress. I say aided. I think the train helped him to speak. Now I follow Jadon on Instagram. Genuinely Jadon. He fries chicken. He reads stories. He's doing a lot of things, and am I ready to give my no? Let me just give my notes, and then I'll talk openly about the book. Openly about Mrs. Mathews and her family. Let me tell you what I love about the book now. Alright, the subject of the book, Black Caribbean male. Black Caribbean male. Listen, you know how marginal that representation is in the autistic community. So I really love this book because of the representation, the awareness. We need more people looking out or working towards making people with autism more comfortable and functional in society. Like, not ridicule them. I have this. No, let me just finish my notes. Then I'll go off on a tangent. You know I'm known to go off on a tangent. So let me finish my notes. Let's get the notes out of the way, right? So, Black Caribbean male child making progress even though diagnosed with autism. I like the idea that the small group is being represented, and more I thought it was nice. More awareness is being raised in the Caribbean. That's what I love. Caribbean authors writing about these diseases, because I don't think Jamaican parents are accepting or want to even accept that the child just might be special, or even if they have a special child, it's not the end. The child can be functional. I only see what Mrs. Mathews posts on social media, and what she posts so far, she tries to get Jadon to be functional, and he is in fried chicken. In bake cake, I can't even bake cake. In bake cake, I love him. One thing I really hate about the general population is they preempt people. They use people's diagnosis to define them. Oh, you have autism. Call the child by his name. He's not defined. I love the fact that Mrs. Mathews doesn't allow her children to be defined by the diagnosis. She invests time, effort, and resources. She even have a podcast called Spotlight on Autism, and I think even though she might think she has a small audience, I think what she's doing is awesome, because who to tell, one day somebody might stumble over her material, her work, and use it. She's also a phenomenal educator as well. Over there, kick down doors, not literally. Mrs. Mathews, I love you. If you ever come to Jamaica, please come and paint and spill. Alright, let's go now. So the second point that I had written down was I love that the illustrators use bright. I was telling you, yes, I love it. So I'm talking about the illustrators now. I love that the illustrators use bright, happy colors that are a delight to the eyes. The illustrator even tried to make the characters resemble the family as best as possible. So I think he did a good job trying to represent Jadon's structures and the characters. I don't know if I can show on camera. Yeah. All right, let's go. My third point that I wanted to make about the book: it is simple to read, perfect for bedtime story for all children. The fourth point that I had written down: the incredible support that Mrs. Mathews and her husband provides for Jadon is remarkable. I follow Mrs. Mathews on social media where she posts a few of Jadon's progress. You can see him reading, cooking, and doing other independent tasks. And the fifth point that I had is I am happy. I am in love with the letter to the reader at the beginning of the book. Okay, I am in love with the letter. She has a letter to the reader, and I think it's amazing. She says, "Dear reader, you are amazing, you are kind, you are smart, you are unique, you are a friend." It's like she was writing to me. It's like she was writing to me. I'm amazing, I'm kind, I'm smart. I think I'm smart. I'm unique. This show is unique. And I definitely try to be a friend. Let me tell about Mrs. Mathews. She's my brother's teacher. She was my brother's teacher, and then she maintained the teachers. You know, teachers, you are important, right? Because my brother is 30, and yes, me are old him. Miss Mathews maintains this relationship with my brother, student-teacher relationship. Listen, if that is not impact, I don't know what it is. So Mrs. Mathews is my brother's teacher, now friend, and then through him we became friends via social media. Immediately when she started her podcast, and I didn't know the children were autistic. And then I thought it was only Jadon that was autistic. Then I found out that Luca is also autistic, and I saw her work. Her work that she posts is very inspiring. Even though she don't post a lot, but she does so much things. I love people who are able to multitask, but I always want to know how they do so many things. I would love to know. She do a lot of things. I followed her. I followed the podcast. I listened to a few. When I started Paint and Spill, the support that she gave me was impressive and remarkable, and I totally forgot that I had given her support as well. Until she mentioned, saying, "You have been supporting from the very first day." So one hand wash the other, and I spoke about networking in Sing Summer with the Captain. If you have not seen that show, please check it out. It comes 5:30 every Monday for the next 12 weeks. 5:30. Sing Summer with the Captain. So I love this book. Mrs. Mathews, her work can be found on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. So the biggest surprise is available. This book is available on Amazon. Miss Mathews can be found on Twitter, YouTube, where she producing her podcast Spotlight on Autism. Please give her your support so we can have book number let me read this. Please give her your support so we can have book number 2 to review next season. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. Mrs. Mathews, I would love to have book number 2. I really do love this book. I really love the work that you're doing, staying so far and still trying to bring awareness in the Caribbean regarding autism. What should I say? I'm aware of the community. I am aware of autism. I don't completely understand it, but what I do understand is that more people need to understand autism. And I'm glad that I included, I'm happy that you wrote this book, and I'm glad I could present this book to my viewers and let them know that, listen, people are not limited to their diagnosis. Greatness is in all of us, whether you are black, brown, square, or round. Jadon, I will be watching your progress. You're gonna be awesome. You are already awesome, and I just want you to know that I am supporting whatever adventure mommy is taking you on. Luca, I'm waiting on your book. So guys, remember that this episode is sponsored by DG Makes Math Easy, live math classes for CXC students. Please head on over there, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching. Let's review with Elvy. Let me just get cozy. Tell me if you like this set. Do you like this set? I feel like I don't want to leave this set. I want to take this set with me forever. Okay, see you next week when we have another book on Let's Review with Elvy. Bye.